Konnichiwa and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, as the case may be. This is the J-MELO report for the 18th of December 2011, 1 week before Christmas here in the US, which brings me to a bit of sad news. This is the final J-MELO recap for the year, as next week will be a repeat episode. The new episodes will begin, however, in 2012 when the new series of J-MELO begin accordingly. Now then, some of the events that were shown or discussed in this full Call of the Year in Review episode of course, the big one is the March 11th for the earthquake in March, which took out the Fukushima Daiichi reactor, which caused a big panic and tsunamis, of course. Mercifully, Japan's a very strong country, and they have been able to recover nicely, although that reactor still gives people nightmares, I'm sure. But just to make it perfectly clear, people all over the world, as was noted in the recap for this year, they received a lot of messages from people all over the world. You know, the United States, Canada, Japan, so forth. London, speaking of London, we'll get to England in a second, or the UK. They also showed during the year in review, during the J-MELO Awards, what the #1 country was by emails, and that actually was the UK. Am I surprised? Maybe a little, but nothing too bad. And that was actually the reason for May J appearing in London to give them the news that they were the #1 ranked country as far as emails this past year. That was awesome. Of course, they also went through Harufez with Ariana Terakobu, Inami Kazuki, and Morning Musume. Also talked about the singer search that they are still doing, where people like you, yes you, send in videos of singing a song from Japan, and if you're anything like me, you might have butchered it. My New Year's resolution, by the way, is to actually do at least one, and see if I can get it put on J-MELO next year. Yeah, I know I'm probably going to butcher it, but you know what? I don't care. Be having fun with it, I promise you that. Also, during the second half of the year, of course, can't forget we also had the viewer special in, I believe it was June, which of course was famous because my friends from Versailles, the Versailles Philharmonic Quintet, appeared, and they were interviewed by Morning Musume, which my running joke was, "God damn, Tattoo, can you put some pants on?" But it was all good, and it was quite fun to see it. And I quite enjoyed that episode. They also got to go to There was one episode I kind of missed. The episode where they went to a place called NHK Wonderland, where they had like idols show up and do live performances and so forth. That must have been pretty cool. I'm actually sorry I missed that episode. But they also went to NHK Bunkazai, and I did see that one. That was the one where, if you follow this program, I mentioned that they did we have an exhibition for CD jackets. And I picked out 3 of my personal favorites. You can go find that in the uploaded videos. There ain't that many videos on this page, so it shouldn't be that hard to find it. But, Paint by the Wonders, that was one of my personal favorite videos I ever did on this channel so far. Let's see here. What else we have? Those were the big things. Of course, there was also some extra artists that showed up on the program this week. And one, I'm actually going to give you a link to a video that this was the only one of the 3 that I found, by the way. The first video was by I featuring the Jacksons. The song is called Letter in the Sky. The version I found is a short version, and it's the only version I could find, by the way, on YouTube. Then we have AKB48. The song translated in English is Mariko from Above, and May's performing the ending theme for J-MELO, which was called Under the Moon Tonight. But I was trying to think about what to do when we get to a week where we don't have a new episode. What I thought about was this. Next week is Christmas, so you may not watch it, but the video that will be put up for next week on Sunday night will be me talking about what started to get me into the whole genre of visual kai. And believe it or not, that answer stems from an English group when I got one of their tapes in 1986. Full disclosure, I'm 30 years old. I was born in 1981. So what got me into visual kai? I'm going to have to give you that answer next week. Definitely. That will be your episode for Sunday, of course. You're also still going to get your episodes for the other 2 series on Wednesdays and Friday. No problem there. However, I'm sad to report that this will be the end of this year's episodes. Until we meet again now, my friends, which will be next year in 2012. Sayonara, and be good to yourselves. Take it easy, gang.